So he said, we shape our buildings, and thereafter they shape us. So there's a constant dance going on between us and our space, our home, where we work. And I'm here today to share with you, I'm going to prove to you that that happens, but then I'm also going to share with you some things that you can do to make your space really support you and nourish you so that you can be the best that you possibly can be and make it easier for you to reach your goals, whatever they might be. Okay, so that sound like something you're ready for?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just tell you just a little bit about myself, because it's like, who are you and why should I listen to you, kind of a thing. So my journey with Feng Shui started about 15 years ago, and it was one of those things. I mean, I knew as a young child that space was important because I loved my room. And I liked going in there and moving my furniture around and doing things. So that was my introduction that, this is kind of cool. But I was in a job that was really, really stressful. And I had been on a leave for a while. And I had discovered Feng Shui while I was on the leave. So I thought, I'm going to Feng Shui consultant to tell me how to set up my office. So before I went on the leave, people would come in and they just start talking to me. They wouldn't even say hello, how are you, anything. They just start talking to me. And at the end of the day, I was exhausted. I never got anything done. I went home and sometimes I just would sit there. So the Feng Shui person comes in and says, well, we just need to move your desk. And I'm going, you're right, lady. So I moved the desk, and I brought in a silk tree. That's all I did. I go back to work. People come to the door and they say, excuse me, do you have a minute? And I'm going, talking to me? It was amazing. I felt so much better at the end of the day. I still didn't get all the work done, but I wasn't like totally stressed out. I wasn't waking up in the middle of the night thinking I should have said this to that person. It was like miraculous. So I went, I'm on something here. And that began the journey, which led to a Feng Shui Master Program, and I've been helping people for years and years. So, and I have stories that I probably could write a book about the stories that I have. So I'm here today. Obviously, I can't share 15 years of experience in 25 minutes. But I'm going to do my best to give you a feeling for what it is that you have at your fingertips, okay? So what I'd like you to do right now is to think about your home and kind of go to a place in your home that is where you spend most of your time. Is it in the living room? Is it in your office? Is it in a little corner somewhere? Where is it that you go in your home? Just kind of like go there right now and think about that spot and then just turn to the person next to you and tell them where it is for you.
Living room. The kitchen. Just a kitchen.
Great.
Right? Laundry room. My garage. You got a bunch of women. There's a whole story behind it.
Okay. So tell me a few of the places. Kitchen.
Living room.
Living room.
My desk in the corner of my bedroom.
The desk in the corner of the bedroom.
The dining room table, homework.
Dining room table.
Dining room table.
So what is it that makes that place so great for you?
My couch.
I thought you were going to spend our time. Not what was the case.
Why of all the place in your whole living space, why is that place like the one that draws you? What's going on there?
That's where
I work.
The TV.
I work at home, so it's where I work. So I spend a lot of hours there.
Where you can see the children while you work.
I know. I'm away from the children.
How do you feel there?
Stressed.
I do.
productive.
It's always a mess.
Yeah, you feel stressed, is that the workplace? Or not?
Yeah, because that's where my kids are.
I think it's funny that you said it's where you see your children, because mine is where I cannot see my children.
Me
Where I
too.
don't see the mess and that.
Oh yeah, mine are always there.
All I see is my computer. I can't see anything else. I feel actually really productive in that spot. I see nothing. Except for
A
my
lot of
work.
people.
Yeah.
So, you picked this place to live, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna give you concept number 1 today, is your space reflects your inner world. So your house tells a story about you. And if your house was gonna talk, what would it be saying about you?
Pretty much.
That's possible. That's possible. So in reality, the home should be a place where you get refreshed and rejuvenated, right? A place where you can come home and feel like your own little comfort spot, cocoon from the world, where you can kind of regroup. Okay, now I know that you're not alone in that place, 'cause many of you have families. So, because I'm hearing it, okay? So there's got to be, and I'm sure that's what this fierce part is all about, there's got to be a way for you to find time for you, or a space for you. Okay? So today we're going to take a deeper look at that, and when you have an environment that flows, that creates that cocoon, nurturing feeling for you, you're empowered, you're productive, you're confident, you can do anything. You are centered. Your space can actually pull all of that away from you if it needs a housekeeper. If you have a lot of clutter and other things going on. Okay? So what I want to show you right now is, here is you and your space. No, you, and then here is your space. And there is a dance going on between these two all the time. So right now we're talking about your home, but this could also be the mall. This could also be your work spot. This could be the BART train. This could be your in-laws' house. Okay? The space out here is everywhere you go. This could be your interaction with your relationships. So you can see this could be really big, and we can't go there today. We're just going with the home and you. All right? So, let's talk about energy, because Albert Einstein says everything is energy. Everything is connected. So if everything's connected, then this makes sense. I'm not really separate from my space. So there's a term that we use called flow. And I've heard Tina refer to it. There's flow. When things are flowing for you, how do you feel? Productive?
Energized.
Energized?
Peaceful.
Positive. At ease.
So let's peaceful,
Yeah, at ease.
productive.
I feel like I'm experiencing flow when I make a pot of coffee and sit down to write and I forget to drink the coffee. Yeah.
Okay.
Like just like, like lost in the, that's why I think productive, like.
Lost in your work. Okay.
When things transition easy, when I make it from office to another, crazy happens. Or like like something were to come at me, I can slough it off very easily, like it bounces instead of soaking in.
Okay.
Yeah, I just say at ease. It's just that ease. Yeah.
Empowered.
It's like similar to your comment. I would, for myself, because I'm a high school teacher, when I know the difference.
Bless you.
When I get rest and when I don't, because I'm just more rational. The way that I respond to things is kind of within proportion to what it is. I feel like I can handle it better. If I'm not rested, then I can play off the handle.
And so rest is a piece of having that inner flow, isn't it? Okay. Anybody else want to make a comment to that?
Positive energy.
This looks like a list of stuff I want. You guys want this? Yeah. Anything else?
I would just say resilient. I don't feel like I'm gonna break in a moment or something going wrong.
I don't know if I'm going to spell it right. No, I didn't. Well,
Balance.
Close.
Balance.
So, of course, we have to go over here to the no flow. What are we going to put on that list?
Stress.
Overwhelmed.
Hopefully.
Angry.
Anxiety. We go back to the flow side. We just go to flow and don't go to. Sorry. We just go to the flow side and forget the no flow side.
I'm already feeling anxiety. Exhausted.
So I'm sure that in your challenge, you have learned what are some things you can do to get over here. Okay? That's part of what you've been learning, and part of what you did this morning was something to get yourself over here, right? So we don't want to, spend too much time here, but we want to know that there's a huge difference. And you're in charge of which list you're going to live on. And your space is part of one side or the other. And I'm going to show you how to make it over here with your space. Okay? So I won't take any more of the no flow Yeah. So when we're thinking of flowing in space, how does that work? Well, the best way that I can do it is to make it, to give you a picture that you can keep in your mind. So if you think of the life force is an energy that is everywhere. And if you I like to compare it to a river. So if you think of a river flowing, you've got banks on the river. Sometimes there's rocks in the river that direct the flow of the water. The water is representing the energy. Some rivers are really wide and move slowly, and sometimes there's rapids in the river. So there's all kinds of energy going on in the river, okay? Well, in terms of your home, the energy comes in through the front door, and it comes into your home, and the walls are like the banks of the river. So they help guide the energy around your space. Your furniture are like the rocks in the river that also help to guide the energy around the space. So if you have a lot of furniture or a lot of clutter, it may make the energy, make the water harder to flow around, and therefore the energy to be stagnant a little bit. Okay? So can you follow me with the river analogy? Okay. So what happens happens is you've got the river of your inner flow, which is all about who you are and what you do for yourself and what you think and all your thoughts and your personality and all that. And then you have the river of your space. And those two rivers come together. And when they come together, it creates your life. So if one river is flowing really good and the other river is kind of small, you can see what happens when they merge. You're not going to get as full of a life as you could have if you had both of them in good shape. Make sense? So, how are we going to get this space in shape? So today I decided what I would do. I wanted to do something a little different than what I did the last time I was with the group. So I want to talk about specific design details in your space. So we're going to take a deeper look. And the design details are, so like I consider myself like a design detective. I can look at a space, based on how things are set up, I can ask questions that will help people discover where they're blocked. Okay? So the way it starts is how the energy comes into your space. So let's go back to your house, or your apartment, or wherever you live. And I want you to stand on the street and look at your space, at your home. And the approach to your home. Okay? So the things that you want to look for are, because your space is now going to talk about who you are. So the approach to your home is it easy to get from the street to the front door? Is there a nice path? Is the path overgrown? How are the plants on the outside of the house? Are they healthy? Or are they dead? Can you see the front door from the street? We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay? So the entrance, so let me give you an example. I had a client one time who, I just gave her this simple thing and she went, my porch is kind of a mess. I got all this like junk on my porch. So she went home, she cleaned her porch off, and within a couple of days she got 3 new plants. It shifts. So you change one thing, it changes everything. Because everything is connected. Okay? So let's take a look at the next thing. We get to the approach and then we look at the door. Now this is a top secret that not everybody knows. Doors represent your voice. So the front door represents your voice in the world. Your bedroom door represents your personal voice. Your children's door to their bedroom represents their voice. So I just have to say this little qualification thing here. That's why I'm so upset with parents that do the tough love and they take their teenager's door off. That's like the worst thing you can do because you're taking their voice away. So it's, everything is symbolic in your home. Okay? So your front door is your announcement to the world, here I am and this is my voice and da-da-da-da. So what does your front door look like? Is your front door clean? Is it well taken care of? Let's take a look at what happens when we open the door. Is it easy to open? Does it squeak? Are you a whiner? Is it alcoholic door?
Oh, we're being honest.
It's good. Honesty is a good part. Okay. Everything about your front door is symbolic about something about your face. Okay. So what is it? Yeah.
Can you say a little more about your concept of your voice, what that means?
How you express who you are in the world. Okay, so I gave a talk to a group of people that wanted to be speakers, and so to them, their front door is pretty important because they want to go out in the world and speak. So take a look at what's going on there. But, you know, you have relationships and communication with people, and when you're doing that outside of your home, it's connected to your front door. Okay? So I always about the color of the front door. Yes,
Sorry.
go ahead, no, go ahead.
Well, so the question I have is, so I just moved into a new house. My husband and I bought a new front door, and we selected it together. And so I'm just wondering how that sort of works energetically, as far as the fact that like it's not mine, it's ours, and then it reflects, I assume, my children's voices, but they had nothing to do really with the selection.
Okay, so the selection process is good because it was something that you guys did together. However, the front door does represent the voice of everybody that lives in the house out into the world, or how they, express in the world. And it's okay that it's new. Actually, then you're not carrying any of the old energy of the people that lived there before you. So that's a whole nother topic, the energy of the former residents. Yeah, okay. So the color, because you always hear this, oh, they gotta have a red front door. You hear that, right? So let me just.
I do have a red one.
It's okay to have a red front door. But this is the deal with color and Feng Shui, because when you look at the Bagua, which we aren't going to have a chance to do today, every section in the area has a different color. Well, you can't paint one room purple, one room gray, and one room red. I mean, come on, you look like a clown. This is the deal. If you love it, then do it. If you don't love red, then do not paint anything red. And don't bring red accents into your space. Because this is what will happen, is you'll come up and subconsciously, in your subconscious mind will be, God, I hate that color. And all of a sudden, you shrink. You jump over here. Okay? So you don't want to do anything that's going to cause you to jump over here, especially subconsciously, and you don't even know you're doing it. Okay? So the last tip I'm going to give you is this one. So you're standing at your front door, you open the door. What is the first thing you see?
My kids. My dogs. Oh, God.
My dogs. Okay, so this is the deal. The energy of the river flows. This is another really key concept for you. Energy goes where your eyes go first. So for example, if you walk in the front door and straight over there is a window, and so what happens is you come in the front door and your eyes go outside, the energy comes in your house and goes out the back door.
Look at the clock.
I'm just saying, if you come in and the first thing you see is a whole stack of laundry, the first thing you see is a beautiful piece of art or a bouquet of flowers.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How about a staircase? How do you deal with that?
Okay, well, it depends on how close the staircase is to the door.
Really
I
Okay.
open my door and I go straight up.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the deal with stairs. Hate to break news to you before that. The closer the stairs are to the door, the more they influence. The closer the stairs are to the door, the more the energy escapes your space. And with it, it takes your money. Or your prosperity. Or it's harder to accumulate abundance because there's this, like, a slow leak. Okay? Yes.
I have two questions, okay. So I have two doors. I don't go through the door with the stairs, which I'm gonna now bolt shut. But, so what if, I go through the other door.
Okay, so
But I'm
that's
still
a really
broke.
good question. It's a really good question.
Again, rip 'em out.
Okay, it's a good question because
I don't go through
lots
the door.
of times you don't go through your front door, but it is the front door that is the main,
It's like the main door,
the main
even
door.
if I don't go through
So
it.
let me tell you this. And this is your Feng Shui remedy of the day. Okay? If you don't regularly use your front door, then the river's not flowing in. So, this is what you do. You go out you open your front door, you go out there, you say hello to the energy, I do it however you want to, I don't care, you don't worry about what your neighbors think. And you say, come on in, you're welcome to come into my house and nurture me and my family. And you just invite the energy in, you close the door, and you never have to use the door again that week or that month. But the more often you do that, the more you will see. Trust me, if you do this, you will see a shift in how things flow, synchronicity, things will start to become easier. You'll become more in the flow in your space. Because the front door is the critical piece. Even, because I don't go in the front door, I drive in the garage and go in the house. Yes.
When you walk in my house, you see a quality, not necessarily a thing, like you see bigness. Like you walk in and there's big vaulted ceilings and it's a big open room.
Is there any furniture in
There's a lot of furniture. There's a lot of little things. There's
But-
nothing that stands out. There's like,
Okay.
and the
You see a
stairways
big
right
blue
here.
wall.
You do see a big blue wall. So you don't really see, well, it used to be orange and I painted it blue, which is much better. But you don't really see, I don't see anything specific.
Well, the
I
eyes
kinda
go
just see-
someplace.
I guess the blue wall, I'm glad I painted it blue. And it's really
The blue wall? The eyes go someplace. So that's how the energy comes in.
But it's,
So let me just say this and then I have to stop because I'm already 2 minutes over and I apologize. Let me just say this. You, everything you do in your space, everything you move, every piece of art, every color causes the energy to move. Okay? And so because I don't have time to give you tons of information today, I want to offer you, if you are interested, a free meditation called Morning Inspiration, which is to help you get focus and clarity and peaceful throughout the day. If you're interested in that, I'll send it to you. Just sign up on this list. So I'll start it over here and you can just pass it. And I want to leave you with one thought, which is when you change one thing, it changes everything. Okay? So that's it for today, folks.